Hello, today Dougal and I are in the Cotswolds and we've come to see this, the beautiful Barefoot Caravan. Now we have looked at this at one of the NEC shows before, but while we were in the area, we're staying at Cheltenham Racecourse Caravan and Motorhome Club site. I thought we'd come and give them another closer look. So without further ado, let's have a look at this beautiful little caravan. Right, let's have a closer look at the Barefoot. Unfortunately, Dougal can't come in with me because this particular model has already been sold. I'm sorry, Dougal. Now, Barefoot Caravans are all made to order. So you can have a range of colours for a start. This is the grey, you can have duck egg blue, and as a supplement, you can even have it coloured to match your own car. So it's always a little bit odd trying to review a bespoke caravan because if there's bits you don't like, you can quite often get them changed. But what I really like about the Barefoot, other than of course, its beautiful, beautiful curves and its lovely cheeky shape, are the fact that it is actually made from GRP. So it's a one-piece moulding. You know what that means, folks, don't you? Oh yes, indeedy. It means it's far less likely to leak than regular aluminium panels because of course there's actually nowhere for the water to get in. Let's have a little look around here. Now Barefoot build these on bespoke chassis, so they're not your standard Alco chassis, they get them manufactured for them. Oh, look at this. This is lovely, isn't it? So yeah, they are bespoke chassis, but it does have the familiar Alco coupling. So we go back to the front. The reason they didn't go for the Alco is because this caravan is quite low to the ground, as you will see, or as you can see. And I was told the Alco chassis left it looking a little bit too high. But as I say, we've got the Winterhoff coupling there, ex-BPW, but now Alco. And a few weights and measures for you folks. The overall length of this caravan is a shade over 5 meters. It's 5,080 millimeters. In old money, that is 16 foot 8. The body shell is 3.78 meters, that's 12 foot 5. And then the best thing is the overall width is only 1 meter 92. That is 6 foot 4 wide. So as you can see, if we come on, head on to the caravan, it's going to be an absolute doddle to tow. This is the caravan really for charging around country lanes and those single narrow roads up in Scotland without a care in the world. Now the mass in running order of this caravan is 960 kilos and your MTPLM is 1200 kilos. So that gives you a payload of 240 kilos, which is really generous, and I'm really, really pleased about that. You can have it down plated if you require to 1100 kilos, but if you can, obviously 1200 will give you a 240 kilo payload. So there we go, nice big gas locker at the front. As I say, they're made here in the Cotswolds. You do have to come and collect it. They are all made to order. Barefoot do deliver if you can't come and collect it. But obviously you'd want to come and see one. And they also make Watsonian sidecars. So if you're wondering why there's a sidecar on the covered up there, it's because they make sidecars too. The price of this beautiful little caravan, bespoke, is £28,500. However, there are only 3 build slots left until the end of the year, until the end of 2021. And build slots for next year, for 2022, are going for £29,500 because of the much publicised increase in the price of raw materials, such as the chemicals that make the GRP, etc. Some of them have gone up, I've been told, by about 40%. So obviously that price increase is going to be absorbed into the price of the caravan. So before we go in, I'm going to do the usual thing, folks. Go and get my ultra wide angle camera, give you a little sweep through, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about the interior in a little more detail. So that was a little interior sweep with the wide angle camera. I thought I'd close the door to give you an idea of what the caravan looks like with the door closed. Look at those beautiful retro wheel trims. Absolutely love them. And those nice solid hinges. Really lovely. However, folks, you know I've got to find fault. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't. Nice solid door, but there's no door catch. It's just left to bang on. I'm not going to bang it too hard, but it's just left to bang on the side of the caravan. That's not going to be so good on a windy day. And obviously that's a one-piece door with no window. So again, not quite as good as a barn door, but it does have a bin. So there you go. There's also no awning light. However, there is an awning rail. You see, we've got an awning rail here. And you can buy a bespoke, there's that word again, a bespoke awning for it. And as we go in, first thing you see on the left is a little wine rack. And then down here is a very convenient shoe cupboard. Here is your wardrobe. The table's in there. It is, how can I put this politely? Small, dinky, compact, bijou, small. Got that nice cupboard here in the kitchen. Oh, that's very, all this padding all on the inside. We've even got padding, can you see it, on the ceiling here. It's all padded for insulation, sound insulation, and of course warmth. Still in the kitchen, we've got one socket for a kettle, although where you'd stand it, you'd have to have the sink flap down. We have a 2-burner hob. We do not have a grill. We do not have an oven. We do have a lovely big cupboard, utensil drawer, and unusually for caravan we have a compressor fridge, and you've got a little dinky little freezer compartment there. On the other side of the caravan we have this surface here, and I'm looking for a socket here because to me this could be where you put your kettle, but I don't see a socket. There's a cupboard underneath, so storage is actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. In the back of my mind I'm thinking of the Bailey Discovery I'm using at the moment, and storage wise it's looking similar, I would say. Here we go, there's a socket here. I knew I'd find one if I looked hard enough, and a USB and your aerial point. And even a 12-volt cigarette style socket there. So you can put your kettle here, which I think is what I'd be doing. And then up here we have these little cubby holes. These are illuminated. These at the front. And then the seating is this lovely, lovely sort of cafe style seating. Now, because this is bespoke, you can have pretty much any colour you like. There's your palette. I quite like this cream actually, with the grey and these they're cyan furnishings, and there is a whole range you can have. If I just nip out, you see here, for your soft furnishings, there is an enormous choice of soft furnishings. I mean, how you choose, I don't know, because I'm not that clever. But yeah, all these, so, and you've got another swatch here, because obviously that just wasn't enough in that one. So absolute incredible what choice you've got, and just what lovely uplifting patterns and colours they are. Wouldn't it be great if we saw this available in many more caravans? Wouldn't it just? And then, as I say, the seating is in those colours. I love what they've done here. I love these, what they got. Really, really nice. Really nice. Now, before we move into the bathroom, I've got a little job to do. I think you know what that is. So let's get to it. So if you're using this single bed, folks, be aware that it is only 5'10" or 178 centimeters. 5'10". Now I am actually 5'10.5". So let me see how I get on. It's wider at this end than it is at the pointy end, so you'd sleep with your head this side. Let me see how I... Ooh. I mean it's kind of doable. As I say, I mean it curves in where my left foot is now. It's curving in, and it is fairly narrow. I don't, to be honest, folks, I really don't think this is meant to be used. Oh, I don't think this is meant to be used really as a single. You kind of can if you're not that tall, but really you'll be using this as a double. So of course the next measurement we need to take is how wide is it as a double bed. Oh, that's very nice. This slides out nice and easy, he says. Get it square on. Right, let's try that. Now, because of the shape of the caravan pointing in towards the front, if we take a measurement at the front here, this is 5'9" or 174 centimeters. If if we come back here, so we're coming towards the front of the towards the kitchen, then that is 6'1", 186 centimeters. So at the front here, this is 6'1", but as you come down here towards the front of the caravan, so say I'm 5'10", I can't quite stretch out here. Could if I was diagonal. This would probably be fine for me and Dougal, but I think if there's two adults, yeah, this would be fine for me and Dougal, or fine for a couple if one of you isn't too tall, or if both of you aren't too tall. But I think if you're both 6 foot plus, I think it'd be time to have an honest look at bed sizes for you. So yeah, people of diminutive stature, rejoice. So while I've got the cushions up, let's have a look in this front locker here at the front left. And in there we've got a battery box, and that's the control panel, the mains, etc. at the front, and then the rest is given over to storage. So you'd have to squish your duvets, your duvelets, etc. into there. So that's this side. Now let me change the cushions over and show you under the other side. And here's the other side, and the reason I say you've got to squish your bedding into the other side is because there's not much room to squish anything here. You got a little area there, but this is a 30-litre water tank. That's right, a 30-litre inboard water tank, which is very useful. And you've got your Truma combi there, which works off both mains and LPG. And you may have noticed already that you've got your iNet ready control panel in the kitchen here. So that just leaves us now to have a look in the washroom, which of course is a wet room kind of a washroom. So the tap is actually the shower head. So when you're cleaning your teeth, you'll probably be making the most of the little glass here, well, unbreakable plastic glass, because there's no actual tap. There's only the shower head for washing your hands as well. So you can remove the shower head, because obviously it's all about washing your hands these days, isn't it, folks? So that's no problem. And then on this side we have a Dometic toilet, just to ring the changes rather than a Thetford. And then we've got a little cupboard here. Oh, it's very swish, isn't it? It's very posh. How high is this? So you've got your sort of drain down there, and this is 23 inches or 59 centimeters. And in the real world, let me just sit on the throne. And while I'm sitting on the loo, what other chance is there for a hello? Sorry. Yeah, my feet there, they're not dangling. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's a thumbs up from me. I think if you were a bit shorter, you might be dangling your legs there. But no, it's cool. That works. Oh dear. Someone's not impressed he's not allowed in. Oh, right, so there you have it, folks. I hope that little tour gives you a good idea, gives you enough facts to decide whether or not a Barefoot is for you, or whether it is just too compact. I mean, as I've said a gazillion times in all my videos, caravanning, motorhoming is all about compromise. We'd all love something as small and compact and towable as a Barefoot, yet we all want the space of an Airstream 684 on the inside. It doesn't work like that in the real world. You've got to give and take, and it's really down to you what compromises you are prepared to accept and what you're not. And I think the compromises you have in this caravan are the bed sizes, really. Also, yes, I think if you're more than 6 foot tall, I fit in this caravan fine headroom wise, at 5'10.5". Any taller and you might be enjoying the padded ceiling. Overall though, if this fits your bill, if this fits your criteria, I think this is absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I really do. And obviously the GRP construction is something else. The only other GRP caravans that are competing with this really are Freedom caravans, which are considerably cheaper, but they're also considerably less trendy, less cool than this. They're great caravans, really reliable, but this is something else. This really is something else. And with the bespoke options, the bespoke upholstery and the lovely cyan furnishings and all that, it really is lovely. So if you want one of the remaining 3 2021 build slots, I would get in quick if I were you folks. Otherwise, it's going to be a long wait till next season. So there you have it. I hope you enjoy that look around the Barefoot. What a beautiful little caravan. I think if no one's looking, we might just slip it in my pocket or put it on the roof rack of the Navara. They'll never notice, will they, Dougal? Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this video. As ever, folks, if you did, you know what to do. Please give us a thumbs up. Do subscribe to the channel if you don't already. And it just leaves me to say, from Dougal and from me, thanks for churning in. There. Did you like that, Dougal? I know you couldn't go in, but the people who bought it might not like dogs. I'm sorry. I think it... Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh. He never smiles.